What's up guys, welcome back. We are playing some Abzan Lantern Control. So for this version we changed some things around, so let's look at that now. Originally we were on 4 Mishra's Bauble, so I decided to cut those and test out a few other flex spots. So the first thing we're trying is 1 Haywire Mite. Haywire Mite's a pretty flexible card, and it's an Urza Saga target, so if we want to gain some life, exile a non-creature, artifact, or enchantment, pretty good that way. The other flex spots we're trying are adding 2 Stonebrain to the main. So I've been playing Prison Tron and Stonebrain, and that deck has been incredible, so I figure why not try playing in Lantern Control. So we're playing 2 in the main and 1 in the side. The Stonebrain is typically for getting rid of like combo pieces or like really detrimental artifact hate cards that you just can't deal with. So Brotherhood's End, EE, just kind of anything you need to get rid of from your opponent's deck. We are still Abzan colors, so we still have our Blooming Marshes, Concealed Courtyards, Glimmer Voids, Spires, and of course the best card in the deck, which is Urza Saga. For our hand disruption, we have 3 Inquisitions, 3 Thoughtseize. I think this number is still fine. I've seen 4-3 mixtures, sometimes like 2-3, 2-2. I think 3 and 3, even split is pretty good. Stirrings, which is amazing. Let's just dig, find whatever we need. We have our Lantern Shredder package here, 4 of each, 2 Pixis. We have our 1 Pithing Needle for our Urza Saga target. We have 1 Relic for Urza Saga target, and Cookbook. We didn't play with Cookbook last time. We really missed it, so I decided to bring it back. It lets us discard cards so that way we can get our bridge faster. It can grow our Saga targets, and it's really good against burn because it just gains us life. I decided to keep the 4 Spellskite. I think Spellskite is really good in this deck. It's a good early blocker. It provides more protection when we don't have our Welding Jars main, and it just makes our opponent have to answer them before they deal with any of our other important artifacts. We have 1 Talisman of Hierarchy. This is primarily for Blood Moon. It lets us cast Prismatic Ending under Blood Moon, which is really important because we're not running any planes. We have our 4 Ensnaring Bridge for protection once our hand's empty, and then 4 Prismatic Ending for just flexible removal. For our sideboard, I'm still not 100% sure on this spot. I'm just keeping the Leyline of Sanctity. It can be good against a number of decks with hand disruption, anything that targets us, Valakut, Archons, you name it. Chalice of the Void for Cascade. We have an extra Stonebrain like we talked about. 2 Pithing Needle to name channel lands, Planeswalkers, Engineered Explosives, things like that. 2 Welding Jars for extra protection. 2 Dauthi Voidwalker for graveyard decks. 2 Fatal Push for those small creature decks like Channeler, Ragavan, and anything like that. And then 1 Surgical Extraction. So that is a brief overview of my version of Abzan Lantern Control. If you're enjoying the content, make sure to hit that subscribe button and let's get in the gameplay. All right, welcome to match 1. We are on the draw and this hand looks pretty good. We have Stirrings turn 1, potentially. We don't have white mana yet for removal, but we will keep this. We might get to cast the Stonebrain. We are against Goblins, okay. So this is like a get bridge down, Needle, Kiki Jiki, or Needle Snoop kind of match. But we have Stonebrain to name Snoop, so that's good. So they play Skirk. That's actually pretty good turn 1 for them. We'll lead off on Stirrings, hopefully hit. Okay, so we would have liked these Thoughtseizes, especially against like a combo deck. It's between Lantern and Ensnaring Bridge. I think we're going to take the Lantern. We're going to get that upside. We have way too many cards to start hiding behind Bridge. And then next turn we can play both of these. Bridge looking a little better now because they played a Lord, but it's okay. We do have Prismatic Ending if need be, which we might just Prismatic Ending. Well, we can't Prismatic Ending. There's a Saga. I think we're going to take a turn off and just play our artifacts out. Play Lantern out because we need artifacts to turn these on. They're drawing a land. And we definitely don't want to draw a land. So hopefully we can Pixis. Hopefully we can Pixis this away without affecting theirs. They play the land. Hopefully they only have 3 cards in hand and they're drawing another land, which it sucks. Like I want them to draw the land. I don't want them to draw like some gas. They can always fetch it away, so it doesn't really matter. And then they do that. Pixis also helps with the Snoop combo. Oh, they're doing another land. Pixis helps with the Snoop combo too, because it kind of shuts it off. So they're going to play Harbinger, which puts it on the top of their library. And then we just Pixis whatever they get away. I think they're just playing out Goblins to play out. Oh, okay, Matron. So we're going to get rid of the Matron. All right, so they sack Harbinger. Mug War Marshal on top, Snoop on top. Okay, let's see. Do we want to draw the Cookbook? It's like tempting. I think, So we can draw the Cookbook to start emptying our hand with the land so we can go Glimmer Void. So we have to figure out how to play this out. If we want to make a Construct token to block, probably hold that up. We're in kind of like a rough spot because we want to hold up the mana to play to make a token or a Saga token to block. But then we also want to use all our mana to empty our hand. Like, do we have time to get behind Bridge here? Or do we want the cookbook? We're at 15 and they have 2 cards in hand. I'm gonna Pixis us. I think hopefully we don't hit a land here. We hit a relic, they have Harbinger in hand. We don't care too much about this because we can just Pixis. I guess we'll draw the relic here. And there's the needle. That's actually really good. So we'll play out Glimmer Void. We have to figure out if we want to ending this, hold up construct. So needle can just name Snoop, so we don't have to worry about Snoop anymore. I think we have to focus on getting a bridge, to be honest, because I think that's how we win game 1. Let's do this. Hopefully it's not too premature. They will sack. They're going to sack this in response. Another Skirk Prospector. And then we'll just play out Relic here and we'll pass. So hopefully we have, like, you kind of want to save the endings for something like dire. But I think this card advantage here between the Horde Master and Skirk is really scary. Tapping 3 mana for the Matron. So this is going to go get probably another Horde Master. Hopefully they get like a Snoop or something. They get Kiki Jiki, Skirk Prospector. And we could always needle Skirk, but we're not going to do that. Get hit for 1 here. That's weird that they got Kiki Jiki, right? They see our Pithing Needle. I don't know if their graveyard's relevant, but we'll target them. I don't think it is. All right, so we're going to draw this Needle. Shredder on top. Man, this is so awkward. We're just, like, I want to make these constructs. I want to get a bridge. Well, we're just going to tap mana here. We're going to shuffle away this construct thing away. So I guess we just get a Shredder here, to be honest. Another Lantern here. Play out Academy Ruins. We could just Stone Brain. Well, let's say we don't want them drawing Horde Master. Okay, land is fine. We'll just needle Conspicuous Snoop. We'll play out Stone Brain. We just need to find a bridge. So we're gonna keep them on lands, I guess. They can cast Snoop next turn. They can cast Snoop now. We just need to find a bridge, another land. So we're going to be getting hit for... So we definitely need a bridge. This is where... Oh, duh. They're going to be copying Matron. Yeah, makes sense. They'll probably get another Horde Master. Oh, they got Sling Gang. Okay, that makes sense also. All right, so this is going to be rough. So we're going to end up Stone Braining Sling Gang, I guess. But they're just going to... Like, we have like a rough board state here. Like, maybe we should have just... Actually, if we were smart, we probably should have just named Kiki. That was stupid. We messed up. We messed that up. There's Snoop on top. Yeah, we should have just named Kiki. There's a bridge. So we will get to draw the bridge. There's a Spellskite. Yeah, I'm annoyed that I didn't name Kiki. I overthought that way too much. We'll Stone Brain them. We'll name Sling Gang Lieutenant. They will get to redraw. They only have 2 in hand. How else can they win here? Not Munitions Expert. I think this is the only way they can win, to be honest. Once we get a bridge down. I wish we had that land. If they get 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If they go get a Lord, they copy, they go get a Lord. We're like 1 mana short to get that. If we get that bridge down, we just win there. Target them there. Another Matron. I don't think it matters. I really don't want to Pixis them into a Lord because then they can just get that for free. I mean, we could always Lantern. Okay, so Matron. All right, there's the Lord. I was like, oh, fuck, that's game. Oh, they just copied the Lord. Yeah, we were just 1 mana too short. And if we would have named Kiki Jiki, we would have been fine. So that's a pun on me. Yeah, that was so free. Against Goblins. We actually have a lot to bring in. We're gonna have to figure that out. That's so annoying. They're gonna be bringing in Artifact Hate, so we want that. We have Needle to name the combo. Don't need Relic. Don't need Haywire Might. We can bring in Jars there. Don't need Talisman. We definitely want these pushes. We want all the removal we can get. Removal, protection. I mean, Leyline's really good. Would they bring in Blood Moon against us? They might, because we have Saga. I don't know how much we really care. We would just have to... I mean, I guess we have to keep in... This is awkward. If they bring in Blood Moon because of our Sagas and kind of our weak mana base, they might not. They might just bring in all the Artifact Hate. They got like 1 Thoughtseize and I guess a Cookbook. Try it like that. Yes, we'd like to be on the play. This hand, we don't have a turn 1 green source. We have turn 2 Skite into turn 3. I'll try it. It's not the greatest hand. It's probably should mulligan this, to be honest. But we have a turn 2 into a turn 3. Probably mulligan 2 to like some type of removal. They play Mog Fanatic. Another Spellskite. Just play out Spire here. Play out Spellskite and pass the turn. We don't intend on making that mistake again. Hopefully we don't eat our words here. Mog War Marshal. So they're getting a lot of goblins out. Hopefully they don't have a Lord. We can snipe the Lord if they have it here. They have the Horde Master, or yeah, Horde. Okay, well they can go get the Horde. They have the Trash Master in hand. That's annoying. So they can play that next turn. They'll probably go get a Lord. We're just gonna play out our high mana spells here and pass. See if they're not gonna pay the Echo cost, right? They don't pay that. Let's see if they go. So they're gonna go Matron here. We could Stone Brain them off Trash Master. That's a thing. Because they have so much fodder here. So they're going to Matron. If they get Horde Master, maybe they get Snoop. No, they're not going to get Snoop. They're probably going to get Horde Master or Crater Maker. So this is why this matchup is really tough too, because like they have so many split artifact cards. It's just like shit. So now we have the option to just Stone Brain Trash Master away. Draw the Welding Jar, which is pretty cool. I think we get rid of the Trash Master because this has to sacrifice itself to do it. So we'll target them. We'll take Trash Master out. And taking that out is important because it can sacrifice multiple goblins. This one is only itself. They have another land in hand. They will get to redraw. Let's see what else they brought in. They did bring in 2 Blood Moons. That's annoying. Oh, they brought in all 3 Blood Moons. Okay. So we knew about the Blood Moons potentially. 2 Thought Seizes. They brought in a lot of things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 things. Jesus. 1 Ringleader, 2 Kiki. We'll screenshot this. All right, we'll pass. So we have the jar, 2 Spellskites for protection. We have Ancient Stirrings to hopefully find something of relevance. Aether Vial, at least for turn or for Oval. There's the Crater Maker. So they have Kiki and a land in hand. So now they're going to get in because we can only block 2. Yeah, we're not really scared of the Crater Maker. So we block that for free. Shredder's a good one. Let's start with Stirrings. Maybe we can find a Lantern. Oh, but there's Bridge. I think we have to take Bridge, to be honest. We're going to take Bridge. They just have so much mana that they could start, like, they can play Kiki, copy Matron, all that stuff. So they can still get in with these guys. What can they matron? They can Matron for Sling Gang Lieutenant, which is a thing. Which is, it looks like that's what they're going to do. This matchup is like really tough because they have so many angles of attack. And that's why we need a Needle to name like everything. Kiki Jiki, Sling Gang, Snoop. So maybe we should have brought in other needles. It's just like hard to find space. But I think maybe the needles are the most important. All right, we'll block these. Kind of in a rough spot here. Pixis. Play out Shredder. Play out Pixis. All right, so they can't attack. We have 2 blue mana to redirect to Spellskites. So that will save some damage, but it's not looking good. They kind of just had like a mixture of everything, and that doesn't do well against Lantern. They put in all right, there's Sling Gang. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And they can just copy Sling Gang. Yeah, we can't win this. There's no way. Because we can only redirect 2, and they can sack just a million things. We just didn't get the things we needed. What they go get? War Marshal? We'll take like 1 more turn. I'm surprised they didn't just copy Sling Gang. Yeah, they should have just copied Sling Gang. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll do this twice, I guess. Oh, is it each opponent? Oh, it's target player. I'm stupid. Okay, yeah, we can't win. For some reason, I was thinking it was just target. With our sideboard to bring it against goblins, we'd have to, like, to cover everything, we would need 4 ley lines, 2 push, Pithing Needle, Welding Jar. We'd have to bring like our entire sideboard in, and that would like dilute this plan. So maybe we get rid of like some hand disruption, but then that turns off like us taking like combo cards out from their hand, and then we'd have to get rid of Talisman, but then they Blood Moon us. Stonebrain gets rid of combo pieces. There's just like it's like nuts. So we should have had that first game, but it is what it is. All right, match 2, we are on the play this time, and this is a fine hand. We have Lantern, removal, protection, prison aspects. We will keep this. I'm going to try and be brave here and lead off on Glimmer Void and hope it's not destroyed. If they destroy my Lantern turn 1, then Kiki Jiki, Fable of the Mirror Breaker. So this could be creativity. It is. Oh, fuck. And they have main deck Prismari Command too in this deck. So I'm sad we're against like the 4-color Grixis version. If we were against like the Jund version, I'd be much happier. So we do have Spellskite at least, but we can also just play out Shredder and mill that. Hopefully not. I'd rather just mill that. I think I'd rather them have anything else than Prismari Command. And we're drawing a land, which is really good. Creativity. Okay. So we have Bridge to protect against Archon attacks. They have Persist also. So we know they have Fable in hand. They could mill, or they could discard Archons and have Persist up on turn 3, which would be kind of frustrating. This can go get a Relic. I mean, we could just mill that also. They're just going to ice us. So we let them draw the Persist. I think that's fine. So now it's tough. So we'll draw the Thoughtseize. It's hard to know another creativity. They're not going to be able to discard and Persist at the same time. So hopefully this will be Kiki Jiki, or this will be Fable. I guess we'll draw a Leyline Binding. We don't want them to have that. Yeah, this version's really hard to this version of creativity and Teferi. Ugh. Yeah, they just have everything against us. Oy. All right, so they're drawing Teferi. We're gonna have to mill that too. We're not going to get to make a construct here, which I don't think that really matters. Stonebrain is actually really good draw, but we're gonna what's it called? So here, I think we get another shredder here. So we mill their Teferi. They have a couple Teferis. We're gonna thought seize them. I think I'm gonna get a I'll get a shredder here. We have to thought seize 100%. Okay, they have Prismari in hand, another Fable, we persist. So they're gonna get to, oh man. I feel like we have to take persist. Do we care about Archon, ETB? We have protection here. Man, their hand is stacked. They have creativity in hand. I guess I'm just nervous for... So creativity can kill all our stuff. Oh my god. Prismari command can kill one thing, make a token. I think we have to take creativity here, to be honest. We will ending this and pass, I guess. It's a little rough here. So they can discard Archon and persist it, which is most likely what they do. And then we'll have to discard ending. So their hand is it Ren? They discard Archon. So they're going to persist Archon. We're going to have to lose Spellskite too, which sucks. It was just kind of like a rock and a hard place here. Because they would get a token and just creativity anyway. So they're going to get an Archon regardless. Here's Ren. So the hand is like 2 lands, Fable, and Prismari command, which is really good. All right, we have to get a land immediately. Okay, there's a land. It just doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter because no. Yeah, they just had too much remove. Like their hand was amazing against ours. We play the land, we play bridge, they Prismari command it, they attack and win. We just have no way of getting out of there. God damn. All right, so for this matchup, we have 4 Leyline of Sanctities, Stonebrain. This matchup seems miserable. Welding Jar. I do want Surgical. I don't want Dothy here because they can just bolt it. But I know I want these. Prismatic Ending gone. Talisman gone. So for this matchup, we have Leyline of Sanctity to protect against Archon triggers. Bridge so nothing can attack. Stonebrain we're going to name probably Brotherhood's End or Archon. They might bring in like Emrakul also. Thoughtseize, hopefully take away the Brotherhood because we can't beat that. Haywire might, we're not going to be blowing up Fables. Relic can be good. Needle's good to name Beseju. Honestly, I might bring in another one just to hedge against, but then I don't know what I would take out. Probably take out Cookbook. Keep Relic in for the persist plan, even though and Relic's good against Ren also. We need 2 cards here. Take like 1 Pixis. Surgical. I guess we'll keep Surgical because we can always hit something amazing. We need 1 more cut here. I like the hand disruption. I like the graveyard hate. I don't know. I'll board out a shredder. I don't know how right that is. We have the saga. The sagas are going to live, so I think it's okay. 1 lander, but we have Leyline. We do have a Leyline. 1 lander with Leyline on the... I'm going to be diligent here. All right, we're going to keep this. It's a 1 lander, but I'm not going to 5, and we have Leyline in hand. Board out Relic here. They could have Ren, so maybe Relic on the play is good. But we'll just Surgical, hopefully one of their combo pieces, and it's fine. I want Stonebrain to name some relevant piece of interaction here. But they have Prismari command, Teferi. Oh, they do have the Emrakul. Okay, good to know. And they're drawing it this turn, so that's not the greatest draw for them. We're not drawing a land, which sucks. But we can set up our play so that we draw a land next turn. But again, they have Prismari command, Teferi, Wear Tear, Boseiju, Ren and 6, Brotherhood, and just Leyline binding. This matchup seems like impossible. Both of these matchups seem rough unless we get like a really good draw. They just play Steam Vents tapped. We'll draw the Spellskite. I really want that Needle too. Oh, that feels bad. And we don't know if they need lands or don't need lands. If they go Ren, we'll take the Needle. If they don't go Ren this turn, I'm gonna pitch the Needle. But like Needle naming Boseiju is just huge. Man, they're not doing anything. I'm gonna take the Needle. Oh, and there's a bridge too. All right, they cracked Bloodstained Mire, but like it's not gonna matter. Well, like maybe we should prioritize getting Spellskite down because they're just gonna blow up whatever we name anyway. We'll name Boseiju here, even though we wouldn't mind them blowing it up so we get a land here. There's Ren. I'm gonna. Fuck. This is just rough. So like we could shuffle that away. We could Needle something, or I mean we can Surgical something to shuffle that away because they can just Leyline binding our Sanctity. I'm just gonna Needle. I mean, I'm gonna Surgical Ren here. My god. There's no way we're beating this hand. They have the 2 Boseijus we knew about. 2 Persist, Leyline Binding, Teferi, Wear Tear, 3 Prismari command. Yeah, so this is just like this, and 3 Spell Pierce. This is the like the stock creativity list here. Like Teferi can just bounce this. I guess I'll play like I'll take like another turn or something like that, but there's no way we're beating this hand. So they just go Teferi here, bounce Leyline. They plus? I mean, I guess they don't need to bounce it immediately. We have to mill this out. Pixis. Yeah, we're just not drawing any lands here. I guess we don't care if they draw an Archon. Yeah, they can binding whatever they want whenever they want. We just need like a land. We're gonna Pixis this. It's funny too, the hand isn't really that good, but just anything against our deck is just good. So there's the bounce and there's wear tear. Yeah, we just lose because they're gonna go Archon. Yeah, Archon on the thing, attack. Two like really tough matchups, so I don't feel too bad. This one just seems impossible. You guys let me know if you think otherwise. All right, match 3. Let's see if we can squeak out a win here. We're on the play. We have all the colors of mana, 4 lands, and a Thoughtseize and a Lantern. This hand doesn't really do much. I think I'm gonna mull this. All right, this hand's a lot better. So we'll keep this. What to throw back though? We have the needle and the blind, but sometimes having a needle is like awesome. Like turn 1, turn 2 talisman. We can't even cast stirrings. I think I'm gonna throw back a land here. That might be greedy, but we have land, and a talisman, and I think that's fine. So we're hoping these ancient stirrings dig us into something relevant. It's good to have ancient stirrings in your opener too, because if you don't know what your opponent's on, you can just pick the best thing against them. Scalding Tarn, pass. Okay. It's kind of annoying. We don't know what they're on. Another stirrings. If we knew what they were on, we could just curve out here with Talisman and the Pithing Needle. But we're going to have to wait. I don't want to like waste Pithing Needle, because if we cast it, they're just going to crack Tarn and we're going to name something in the blind. This could be Murktide. This is going to be like a consider. So against Murktide, the main thing that we want to needle is probably just Bauble. They play Steam Vents tapped. That's interesting. So we are in the 0-3 bracket, so I'm not expecting much. They could be holding up Spell Pierce here. So hopefully we draw a land. Okay, Ensnaring Bridge is pretty good once we get everything. So I'm going to play Ancient Stirrings first to play around Spell Pierce, which is most likely what they have here. Glimmer Void, Stonebrain. I think I just want to hit my lands here. So I'm going to play Glimmer Void, and then that lets us... So we want a Stirrings or Pithing Needle on Bauble. They haven't played any Baubles yet. I think we just Stirrings here. I think that's like the higher upside playing around Spell Pierce. Needle on Bauble is cute, but it's like not necessary. Saga or Shredder? I'm going to get Saga, and then we're going to pass. So like this could be a consider, and we could be just wasting our mana, but maybe they have a consider and a Spell Pierce. I think it's worth it to play around it. We want to make our land drops. We want to get Bridge down. We can actually, if they tap out, we can play Bridge and pay for Spell Pierce. Spirebuff Canal. I'm really hoping they don't go like Shredder into Bauble or Shredder into something. But if they tap out, we're just going to slam Bridge. There's the Shredder. Okay, they're still holding up. So we are going to play Saga and just play Bridge immediately, because the only thing they could have is Spell Pierce. And we're not going to double spell either, so I don't mind holding cards. Like, yes, we want to get rid of them, but we're not like under immense pressure right now. And we're not letting them connive. So we just have to empty our hand. We could empty our hand easily with Cookbook here, but depending on what we draw, Spellskite. I wonder if we do let them connive. We might let them, depending, we're probably going to have to, depending on what we get here. Lantern. All right, we definitely want to get Lantern down, so we're going to let them connive. I think that's fine, because we have to empty our hand anyway. They have 7 cards in hand, so this is probably going to get countered. No, they didn't counter it. Let's play out Needle. Probably just going to name Otawara, to be honest, unless they counter this. No, they didn't. We're going to need Otawara because that's the only way they can get rid of our bridge. And then we can play Spellskite. They can't Spell Pierce this. If they want to counterspell this, that's fine. Took them all that time to use a counterspell. And then Saga's probably going to go get... So I don't know how they get bridge out from play here, besides Otawara, which is named here. They attack with Shredder, sure. They drew a Channeler for turn. We're drawing with Seiju. There's the Bauble that we could have named, but we don't really care that if they draw. And it looks like they've had that in hand this whole time too. So well, no, I don't know. It's weird. I guess they've either been holding up interaction. They probably have a lot of removal in hand, to be honest, like Unholy Heats and Spell Pierces. Iteration, that's a good one. So hopefully they connive. Okay, now they can't attack us, so that's good. So they got Misty. They're going to play Misty. They're drawing a Murktide. We don't care about Murktide either. We are drawing a Boseiju, which is fine. There's a Spell Pierce. We don't need a Construct, so we're going to float the mana here. And we will get a Shredder. Prismatic Ending. So we'll play out Ancient Stirrings here. Hopefully get another... There's Lantern, there's Saga. We just played our land for turn, so we could get Stonebrain, but I don't know what we would name, like what the point of that would be. I think I'm just going to get Saga here. I know we already played our land for turn. Stonebrain would help to know what's in their hand, that's about it. So they're going to draw Spell Pierce, which is a dead card. I'm surprised they didn't fetch that away, to be honest. They can't attack. And we don't even have to cast spells, really. We can just play Saga, get our stuff, our uncountable Mill rocks. This is going to get another, we don't really want to draw this land. Okay, Spellskite's fine. We'll play out the Saga, play out Spellskite. So I think they're completely locked now. So now we just have to focus on milling them down. But they're going to, like, they draw a bunch of cards, so... Unholy Heat, sure. So yeah, they're just sitting on a bunch of removal, which we don't really care about. So now it's just like a clock game. We're like a minute behind here. They iteration, which draws 3 more cards for us, so that's fine. The more they draw, the easier it is to mill them down. Spell Snare, ooh, that's a good one to know. We only have a couple 2-drops, mostly 1-drops, but this would still get us. I always hate getting hit by like the 1 of Spell Snare. All right, so they're going to cast Murktide for whatever reason. Connive, sure. All right, they play Murktide and pass. We're just going to draw this Academy, take up with Saga. Relic's fine. And they can draw this on Unholy Heat, which is a dead card. So they have lost. It just depends. Oh, there's a Breach. I don't want them to have that. Even though like they would draw a bunch and help us out, I think. 2 mana. What is this? Another Murktide. Interesting. I guess they're like casting it because, well, by them doing that, I mean, they could just like bauble go off, but by them doing that, all right, I'm just going to shred their Underworld Breach. So they're at 28 cards in the library. We're at 41. They're actually down on clock now doing all this. This is what you don't want to do against the Lantern players, like just waste time like this. So float the mana, go get another Shredder, play that out. We're gonna crack Relic here, draw this other Shredder, see if they want to counter it. If they do, it's whatever. Also, they're forced to connive too. So by us doing this, they're forced to draw and just make our job easier. All right, so we're gonna pass. We have 3 Shredders up, so the game's even more over. But again, we're in the O2 bracket, so there's our Otawara that we named. I don't remember them drawing that, so that must have been in hand for a while also. All right, so we're going to mill them. We don't want them to have any reach in that regard. All right, they can have a Spire Bluff. This also is a great card against us because this says look at the top 3, so we don't get to see what they're drawing. So we can't like mill it in response. We can only mill that top card. Counterspell, Exiled. Dragon's Rage Channeler, sure. Another Bolt. And it sucks we can't really F6 because they can just draw spells when we don't want them to. I'm just going to mill this Bolt. We're going to milling this Consider anyway. And see if they want to mill it. That helps us out a lot too. Yeah, they're just like going through their own library really quick. They bobble us, even though they can see. We'll mill them just to speed up the time. They can draw an island. We'll draw this land. We don't really care. And we'll pass the turn. So they're down on clock now. They're down over a minute iteration. I kind of want them to draw that, but they're not going to, so we're just going to mill them. No. This is the fun part, especially when your opponents don't concede. But again, that's expected when you play this deck. We'll just draw this so that way we can just cast it and then we'll pass the turn again. They get to draw another land. So usually opponents will do this when they're down on, or when they're up on clock. So that's why it's funny that I'm just going to keep harping that we're in the O2 bracket here. But they lost about like 5 minutes ago on their clock. So if they were smart, they would have conceded. Another land, and we'll pass. They're going to draw Subtlety, which does nothing here. They might not know like our deck, I guess. I don't know. Trying to give them benefit of the doubt, but just going to keep milling. We're going to draw this Forest here that we can just play. Hopefully we don't get Blood Moon next game too. That's a real concern because our deck is soft to Blood Moon if we don't get our basics out. So they're just going to pass again. The fact that they're not F6 too, which is, again, Lantern PSA. If you're playing against Lantern, just concede. Concede when you've lost. Don't waste your time strategically and in life. So we're just going to mill them out completely. Yeah, now they concede. All right, so we're against Murktide, which is the most popular deck. We're going to have a tough time post board because they have a lot of artifact removal, especially if they have Brotherhood End, I believe. A lot of decks have been playing like one of those in the side. So they have EE, they have Brotherhood's End. I'm going to bring these Dolthies in because hopefully they board out, they're going to board out their Unholy Heats. So these will get some, as long as they don't get bolted, which is a possibility. I'd like these right here, to be honest. Maybe Surgical. We want Haywire Might for Blood Moon. We like these disruption spells. We like Spellskites. We kind of like everything. Prismatic Ending. I kind of like all of these. So we have to figure out what we don't want. Like Cookbook is medium. Might is good. Thoughtseize, Inquisition, Spellskite. We definitely want at least 2 needles. Maybe we don't care about their graveyard as much. We care about their early creatures and their removal. So that's why Welding Jar is important. Maybe Stonebrain, like 1 Stonebrain. Like, actually, maybe both. If they have Brotherhood's End, hopefully we can Thoughtseize or Inquisition away, or like just see it when we're milling and get it off the top of their deck. We'll take 1 Pixis. We don't need that one. Maybe 1 Shredder. Try it like that. There's all those cards we want to bring in. It's so hard to pick and choose. I love that we have our basic forest here. I love that we have Thoughtseize. I love this hand. It's very disruptive. We don't have our pieces yet, but it has a lot of action. This can find whatever we need. This can name Otawara or EE, probably EE to be honest. Hopefully this doesn't get like spell pierced. So we're gonna Inquisition first. There we go, brothers. So how do you beat Brother's Hood End? You discard it. So what sucks is that they already have EE in hand, 2 counter spells and a Shredder. So what we're hoping to do is, I guess we're just gonna needle. They're gonna play Shredder. They're stuck on one. I didn't realize that they're stuck on one land. Oh my gosh. They tried to bauble, get lucky for the land, and they did not find it. That's pretty huge, actually. And Relic. Oof. Okay. So let's think about what we want to do here. So the hand is EE. We can get Needle down on EE under everything. We could Thoughtseize. We could Needle EE and then Thoughtseize Shredder. Let's Thoughtseize first. Oh, they drew Spell Snare for turn. Okay. So if we take Shredder, how much do we even care about Shredder, to be honest? Like, we know they have more than one EE, so that could be a thing. They could always EE on one. I'm surprised they didn't do that, actually. I guess because they drew Spell Snare. What do we take here? We don't care about Murktide Regent because we have Relic. Spell Snare could be annoying in the long run because it just counters our Spellskite for 1. Shredder can help them dig. And I think we just Needle EE. It's between Shredder and Spell Snare. I'm going to take Shredder here because we only have Spellskite as the 2-drop spot, and we'll just name explosives and hopefully not get punished with like an Abrade or something like that, because they're not going to tap out. Oh, they missed the land drop again. Wow. What sucks is I really don't want to play out the Spellskite, so I'm not going to. Oh, that's a huge draw now. Now our Pithing Needle's insulated in that regard. Let's play out a land first so we don't get spell pierced. Codex Shredder or Haywire Might? I'll take Shredder here. Play out Shredder. Mill them, or Relic them, and we'll just pass. So their hand is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These 4 and like 3 randoms. They drew a Consider for turn. Okay. They drew the card, so it's got to be a land. It sucks is that we can't play the Spellskite. We need them to tap out. We're just going to keep their graveyard pretty low. Ensnaring Bridge. We'll take that. Fortunately, we can't cast it. And we're not going to play Spellskite into Spell Snare. So they missed the land drop again. They could have Counterspell in hand this time. Lantern of Insight, that's a big one. We will play that. Bauble. So they're not drawing a land again. So now that we have double Ensnaring Bridge, we can just double Ensnaring Bridge. If they counter one, we just play the other. So now our job as a Lantern player is just to keep them off. Channeler can, I mean, we're going to mill Channeler. All right, they're going to bauble us, obviously see the bridge. We know their hand is double Counterspell, Murktide, and EE. And 3 others, I guess. Actually, we don't care if they draw that. We're gonna draw our bridge. All right, this one we kind of care about. Oh, we could draw Saga too. They have to have a counterspell. Okay, they do have the counterspell. I don't want them to have Iteration. Ugh, Ragavan is the worst. But they can't. Actually, we don't care if they play Ragavan, then they tap out, and then we can slam bridge. I wonder if they're gonna dash Ragavan. They are. So we can land bridge now. As long as they don't have a Spell Pierce, that would be awkward. Actually, they would have used Spell Pierce. They wouldn't have used Counterspell. They're going to get our Saga, but it's whatever. We draw another Saga. Cool. They probably use this mana for DRC, I'd imagine. Okay, so they're officially tapped out. Now we can get bridge down, and we get to play our land. So we only have 1 card in hand. So DRC can attack, but Ragavan can't. And we don't care about them drawing a Breach just because their graveyard is nothing. So this is like a dead draw for them also. There's a land. We will mill that land. They're going to attack get their attacks in. We're going to have to cast Spellskite into Spell Snare just to empty our hand, but it's like whatever. Another Breach. They can draw that. Sure. Please put the Spell Snare. No. Too good to be true. Spellskite. Okay. So we'll let them use the Spell Snare here. They know we're drawing another one. They let it resolve? Did they think we have like something else? Or maybe they just see this and there's no point in... Oh, they have Heat. That makes sense. Oh, wait. Shit. I meant to Relic that. That's my fault. They were right next to each other. I meant to... Oh, that's annoying. I meant to Relic that. I mean, it's on EE, so we don't really care. But yeah, I meant to... I didn't mean to mill that. We obviously don't care that if they have Breach. But they would have just milled it themselves anyway. All right, they can draw EE. We don't care about that. Channeler can't attack anyway. I'm surprised they have the Heats still in the deck. Like, what the hell did they board out that they still have the Heats? I'll draw Spellskite. Another Spellskite, but we're going to mill that away. We will get a... I guess we're going to just get another Shredder. I'm assuming they don't have Otawara in hand. If they do, this is where they should Spell Snare. Yeah, I was going to say. See if they keep this on top. I did keep it on top. We will mill that. There's another Heat, man. All these dead Heats. We just have to keep them off Otawara. And I think that's it. Like a Braid and stuff like that. We will mill their Iteration, though. Spell Pierce, we don't care about that. We'll Relic them. I don't think it really matters. We'll draw this land. I don't want to waste any Shredder activations here. This is just like another dead draw for them. Channeler. It's another dead draw, but we have to mill it just to... We could mill ourselves, actually. Let's mill ourselves. Get these lands off the top. 2 lands. Another land. Opponent has to clean up. They put EE. That's good to know. Like, that's the one that we've known about, but I guess they're off of it, which is good. We're not really drawing anything. We're down a minute on clock now because we're taking all the game actions and they're just doing nothing with 2 lands here. Underworld Breach. Let's see if they do something with this Steam Fence. I'm just going to pop this. If we don't pop it, they can iteration, they can bauble. They're tapped out. There's a land. I guess we could have milled them first before doing that, but we also didn't know it was on top. We want them to have this, but we were trying to mill them also, so. Spellskite. I'll draw the Spellskite, especially because, well, they're going to have heat, I guess. Ending. Mill the land here. Consider. We'll let them draw the Consider. Ragavan we don't care about. So they can't Unholy Heat this yet. We might actually use the Welding Jar on it. We'll mill Ragavan here. Unholy Heat. I'm just going to fix this. I don't really want them having heat. They're drawing a land. I really don't want to draw a land. I'm going to draw some action. Haywire Might's fine. Lantern's good. I guess they can draw this land. I don't know what the hell they're sitting on. That they can't be on much. I'm just going to save the Spellskite. We knew that they had the heat. Consider. Do they really want to draw this land that bad? They do? I don't know. I'll let them draw it. I don't know what they could have. Maybe something that we haven't seen yet. There's Otawara. We don't want them drawing that. So there you go. Now they have 2 lands for turn. 3 lands. Maybe it's Blood Moon. Channeler. Just nothing. They've wanted that land. I wonder if they just want to like hold up Counterspell. We'll play out another lantern. See if they want to Counterspell this just to trigger that. No. I mean, I guess they can just draw lands now. All we care about is removal. Another Unholy Heat. Oy. Can't believe they drew all 4 Unholy Heats. And they want to draw this Islet also? Why do they want to draw this Islet? Why do they want to get so much mana? Shredder. I feel like they have something for this bridge and I'm not going to be happy about it. So we know they have 2 counterspells in hand. I'm curious if they want to counterspell this bridge. We will draw this bridge. I feel like they have to counterspell this and try to hope to get rid of this one. Okay, they do counterspell this. They keep Bolt on top also. I mean, if they're keeping this on top, I think I want to get rid of it. I also want to get rid of that. Counterspell, sure. I'd like to draw Academy Ruins. I also want to draw this other Shredder here. It's making me nervous that they're... What's the 3 card? I don't know what their 3 cards in hand. Okay. Shredder, that's annoying. Or I mean, Iteration. The land and then 2 counterspells, isn't it? See, if I was them, I would probably try to force a draw so we'd have to crack Pixis here and not draw a Shredder. So we're going to play this Shredder, see if they counter this. Or maybe we already have 3 in play, so I guess not. And then we'll just pass. I don't know what their angle is here. They also played out the last game for no reason, so maybe they just don't have an angle and we're giving them the benefit of the doubt here. So now we're just going to give them all lands. Land. All right, we'll Pixis here. We'll shred once, Ragavan. I don't want to double shred because if we over shred, they can crack Islet and then we're screwed. I'll draw this ending just to ending a channeler here. Doesn't really matter. They can draw this Ragavan. They're probably going to crack Flooded Strand and hope to... They should crack Flooded Strand and hope to hit something good, I guess. Okay, they didn't. Spire Bluff Canal. They do nothing. So we'll Pixis because we don't want either of our cards here. Lantern. We'll take a Lantern just as an extra shuffle effect. Mill 2 cards. Another counterspell. Play out Lantern. So they have like 2 counterspells and like, I don't know, something dead in hand. I don't understand what they're doing. Unless they're just going to like do something crazy at the very end. Most likely not. They can have a counterspell. So they have like 2 counterspells in hand and no that. We don't want the Thoughtseize. We'll take a push. And then we'll just end the game next turn. We're just playing it like we could have used all our stuff. Could use all 4 and then they'd be dead. But we don't mind taking like an extra turn. So they draw the island. We're living our best life here, just milling our opponent out 1 card at a time. We'll Pixis here. And we put them to the last card in their library. Mission accomplished. Pass the turn and we win. Easy. And that's how you win with Lantern Control. All right, match 4. We get to be on the play again. This hand leaves much to be desired, but we don't know what we're up against. Spellskite could be good. We have early removal, so we will try it. That's always the tough part when you're in the blind. You just like don't know what you're up against. Our opponent has a gold border here, so I think that means they're fancy. This looks to be another Murktide matchup, which is... But now that we played against it, we know how to beat it, sort of. Even though our last opponent was... Wait, why didn't I play... I was talking so much, I didn't even play our Pixis here. I'm stupid. My bad. All right, well, let's Thoughtseize. Yeah, we should have played Pixis out. I wasn't even paying attention. Counterspell, Iteration, Unholy Heat. Take the Iteration here and play Pixis. Their hand is pretty stacked. They just don't have a lot of action. Spellskite's not long for this world. Getting a bridge down is going to be really tough. I'll play out Talisman here. See if they want to counterspell that. Probably not. Battle-land and pass. Yeah, it's not looking good because they're going to eventually play Regent with counterspell backup, and then we are just screwed. Ragavan is also annoying. But what we can do is ending here to bait out a counterspell. Okay, well that didn't bait out much. We have to bait out counterspell somehow. They do have heat, so like they don't really care about this resolving, which sucks. Heat's not online yet, but it will be soon. Their hand is like really stacked. So now they can Murktide with counterspell backup, like we said. We're gonna need like runner, Ensnaring Bridge, something. Shredder, not gonna do it. Yeah, we just like lose. This hand didn't pan out. We kind of flooded 5 lands and a Talisman. Yeah, now they're sitting behind it. Double counterspell with a threat on board. We need to draw like 3 bridges or something and Channeler. Murktide gets in. Lantern of Insight. Maybe they counter this. Okay, that's one. That's a counter out. That's fine. So we know they have counterspell and heat for Spellskite whenever they want. And I know we could be like shredding ourselves. There's just like such a feels bad if we mill something that we want. And then there's a land. We need to draw like exactly bridge or something like that, and then not to have more than 1 counterspell. The chances of that happening aren't very likely, but they are drawing a bunch of lands as well. But they don't need to do anything. Like this is the power of Murktide where you just, oh, there's a Academy. A little late though. Yeah, we can't win now. They've drew 7 lands, but it like doesn't matter. We'll mill and upkeep if we weren't down to whatever. Thoughtseize. Nope, we just lose. Yeah, we just drew absolute nothing. All right, so we got the board in how we boarded before. We're gonna, yeah, not board in the walkers. We want pushes for early Ragavans and DRCs. Stonebrain is pretty medium. Cookbook. Haywire Might for Moon. I guess, I wonder if this person's going to keep in heats too for Spellskite. Like it turns on the removal, which is annoying, but I think it's like a necessary evil. We'll take out that. Last time we did -1 Lantern, -1 Shredder. I think we'll do that again. I like keeping the full set of Spellskite. The last opponent just drew all their heats in the first like top whatever cards. I'm going to keep this. It's a 1 lander, but I think we need to be aggressive here. So we'll take Expressive Iteration here. There's a consideration to take Consider, but I don't think it's necessary. We'll play Blooming Marsh here. They're going to play Consider, so we're not going to take that. We could Thoughtseize now. I think I want to get Spellskite down. We can Thoughtseize later, and if they want to blow a counterspell on it, then so be it. It's interesting they boarded in Seasoned Pyromancer too. I guess for like a grindier game, which makes sense. They drew Spire Bluff for a turn, so they have 4 cards that we know about. I'd like to draw a land, I guess. I don't know. I guess we'll Thoughtseize first, and then we'll play Shredder. Oh, they're just gonna counter that. Okay. The snap counter on Thoughtseize. So does that mean they have Brotherhood? If they have Brotherhood's End, I'm gonna be super upset. Murktide Regent. Oh man, we would love to draw a land. Come on, land. Come on, land. Come on, land. Damn. That was like our 1 shot to get under. All right, that's a land. Oh, man. I guess we're going to maybe hope they tap out for Seasoned Pyromancer. Okay, that's cool. We'll let them draw the counterspell. What are they going to pitch? Murktide and Shredder? Okay. We just got to really hope they don't have a Spell Pierce here. If they have a Spell Pierce here, we just lose. Like, there's one right there, but maybe they don't have one. Here's hoping. Please don't have the Spell Pierce. Yes. They did not have the Spell Pierce. So now our job is just to keep them off either Otawara or a Braid, Brotherhood's End, just anything they can get in, sure. I'm not going to block in case they have Bolt that we don't know about. I think this is fine. I'm going to draw this bubble actually. And white, black, red. This is going to get countered, but we have to cast anyway. We'll lose 1 life for it. It shouldn't matter. They're not going to waste a counterspell on it anyway. So now we just need more Shredders. I want to draw Saga, I want to draw Shredder. So they're going to probably surveil this into the yard. They don't want to draw this land, it's another land. Consider. We don't want them to have that. We can always redirect it here, but so they pitch Pierce and Lightning Bolt. Okay, so they did have the Bolt, so they could have gotten Spellskite. I don't think Dress Down does anything of relevance. There's a Saga, that's pretty good. So the hard part with Seasoned Pyromancer is that when they do draw, we don't get to see the second card they draw. I thought you would. It says draw 2 cards. I don't know why we don't see them. I think you're supposed to, unless it's like because it's 1. You guys can let me know if it's because it's just like 1 action or like 1 trigger. Another land tapped. We'll let them draw the Spell Pierce, play Saga, and then we'll pass. We would love to steal a game off of Murktide here. Just punish them for tapping out. Another land. So we're not going to mill that land. We want to also draw this Pixis, so we'll keep that. Saga goes to 2. Play Pixis. They just let it go. I don't know if they have anything or not. They can draw this land. I don't think we want ending. Oof. We don't want them to have that. Wait, they have it? Would they have one already? When did they get that? That's annoying. Holy shit. I guess we're gonna save. We're gonna use 2 jars and save that. That sucks too, because we would have gotten Needle for that. Maybe they let us untap. Oh, that would be nuts. I'm gonna let it go to the next chapter. Maybe they come on, let us untap. No, they're not that dumb, huh? I'm just gonna use both jars on these on both of our things. All right, so this will go get. I'm gonna get another shredder here. They shouldn't have anything else left. White, black. And we don't care if they draw Murktide. Oh man, I can't believe they drew the shredder like probably from Seasoned Pyromancer. Counterspell. They're gonna just cast another Murktide. Yeah, I would love to draw Academy Ruins. Is what I'd really love to draw. I'm gonna mill myself here. I don't really want to draw this Talisman either. I'll just take whatever the next thing is. Another land. Ooh. And the reason I'm taking that too is just to play around them having something else that we have to shredder, and I don't want to get rid of my lantern here. Ragavan, we don't care about. Oh shit. Fuck, I meant to shred myself here. Click through that. Relic. They should like counter this, right? No, I guess they don't care. I can draw Ragavan, sure. A land. We definitely want to draw the Stirrings. I see, I don't want to exile all my stuff here. I'm just gonna pass. Mill myself, so that way we don't get a land. Oh wait, they have to counter this. There's no way they don't counter this. They did not counter this, wow. Wow, we would hit all these lands here. We've already gotten rid of 2 EEs. What else would they have here? Just Otawara, which is in the graveyard already. Guess I got a Spellskite. They counter that. Wow. They snap countered that. I guess I should be relicking them because of Unholy Heat. And I really want to draw Academy so I don't get rid of all my stuff here. Channeler. We're down on clock too, so that's... We just have to like kind of play it safe because we only have one... Oh, we have 2 mill rocks. Okay, we can be a little more whatever because we have 2 lanterns now also. And I'm drawing another land, maybe. We're drawing another Spellskite. I guess we mill them because just for time's sake, but it feels bad because we're just getting rid of their like shitty cards. I don't want them to have iteration, so I'm gonna mill that immediately. I'm gonna play out Spellskite. They did not counter this one. Inquisition's a pretty good draw. Just so once we Inquisition them, then we can see what's in their hand, and then we can just 100% play around anything. They play Channeler. Just mill, just to hurry up the clock. Okay, we will draw this Inquisition here. Just gonna need a counterspell. Hopefully they don't have anything like insane in their hand. They can draw Bauble. We don't really care about that. Kind of makes me nervous. I mean, I guess they have nothing else to spend it on, and they're helping us out by surveilling everything into the yard, so that's 17 cards now. So we'll mill just for clock. They can draw Shredder if they want to Bauble. They're not going to. All right, we will Inquisition again. They have Spellskite. I mean, Spell Pierce, yeah. The Braid, we will mill that. They correct Bauble, that's not going to do it. They dress down, we mill. They mill that. They mill that. Iteration. I just lantern them and they have an iteration on top. Mills the Bolt. Fuck. Brazen Borrower. We can't let them have that. God damn it, dude. Dress down turns off our Spellskites. Oh, wait. Well, I mean, I guess we can get the iteration. We can get whatever. Never mind. Yeah, that's fine to get that. And then I guess if they try to Borrower, this will go away end of turn and we'll have the Spellskites. So that's one thing to worry about is Brazen Borrower bouncing our bridge. Now we don't have lanterns, but we're just going to mill them regardless. What can attack? 1, 2, 3, 4 can attack. So they'll get in for 3. Blood Moon. All right, we don't care about Blood Moon. They're keeping everything on top. I don't know if that's just because they don't want to mill it to save cards or what. All right, so Academy doesn't matter anymore. Draw land. Maybe we can mill Brazen Borrower. We did. Okay, so Brazen Borrower is a concern. Otawara is a concern. EE, Blood Moon. They do have a lot. And we will just pass. I guess I don't think they have any more outs, but they're just like playing the clock, I guess. Another Blood Moon iteration. They draw their last card. Man, our opponents tonight are like really no life in it tonight, huh? But we actually can't cast that. That's a concern. And we win. Yeah, I mean, again, they have every right to do this, but like value your time. Come on. Like, who cares? So we have our Haywire Mites for Blood Moon. We have Spellskites for Otawara and Brazen Borrower. Definitely have to hope. Yeah, Blood Moon's annoying. Like Stonebrain, I'm gonna take out a Pixis. I wonder like if we were to Stonebrain something. I mean, Cookbook could be good if we're stuck under Blood Moon and can't cast our spells, but that's usually what Talisman's for. I think 1 Stonebrain is fine. It's so tempting to bring Surgical in for just to hit one of their pieces. We'll just try that. All right, we're gonna try it again. Another 1-lander. We just have like too much action to throw this away. Turn 1 Inquisition. Turn 1 Fatal Push to kill this Ragavan here. And it's not even a Glimmer Void either, so it won't die if they try to Abrade this jar. Dash Ragavan. So in hindsight, we should have just ending it possibly, but then we couldn't ending. I don't know. Yeah, we probably should just ending it because we could push something else. There's a land. Yeah, so we're just going to get punished for not ending the first monkey. And then we're not going to hit another land. Yep. Small mistakes add up. They do have the Otawara. We have to take the monkey. It feels bad. I'd love to take the iteration there. Maybe there's an argument for the iteration because they're obviously going to cast it. They play the island. Wow, they didn't tap out. Interesting. Not looking good for us. I'll Inquisition again. See if they want to like counterspell this. I mean, we kept a one lander. Ragavan exiled the second land, which it shouldn't have done because we would have killed it with Prismatic Ending and then Fatal Push on the second. So they get Scalding Tarn. They have Otawara and Dress Down. Is this like another Ragavan? I mean, at least we can ending this. And we're drawing a lot of bridges. Once we draw our lands, it'll be sweet. It's so awkward. Spyro is good for them. They put Consider and Dress Down in there. So they're just trying to get a lot of pressure on. We just like desperately need lands here. Okay, that's one. Let's get both of our combo pieces down. They're gonna, okay, sure. I'd rather them use it on that than our bridges. That's for damn sure. Channeler, iteration. So we definitely want to draw a land here. Draw a land, slam bridge. Hopefully they don't get another counterspell out of iteration here. Maybe exile land. Another Dash Ragavan. Killing me here. Please don't exile land. Exile non-land. That would be the best. Non-land, non-land. No, that was perfect. Concealed Courtyard. They've drawn 3 monkeys too in the top. Oh yes, we drew another one. Fuck yeah. Please don't have Spell Pierce. Yes. So we're not safe from Ragavan, but we are safe from other stuff. We're going to be getting hit for 6. What is this? No, Dash Ragavan, sure. Into Blood Moon. So we have to empty our hand. We're going to play, what's this for? 6. We just lose next turn. That we need to draw exactly a land or we lose. No, they exiled another land. This is it, land or bust. Man, damn, Ragavan just killing it. It's close. If we would have hit a land, we could have hit under bridge and bided our time, but unfortunate. That was a one lander, so we did keep a one lander, but it just sucks that Ragavan exiled 2 lands. But we also misplayed, or we missequenced using a Fatal Push instead of Prismatic Ending. It also didn't help that they had 3 Ragavans in the top like 10 cards of their deck. All right, the final round of this Lantern League. Another one lander, man. We have the all one landers. Good luck, have fun, Mr. DeVo. All right, well, we have to, usually we don't say much, but that was kind. So we're not going to keep this one lander. If this was a green land, but we cannot. This hand we will keep and we'll bottom an ending. Sometimes you probably should bottom Relic, but the feel bads of needing it and then you bottom it and you're like, ugh. So we're going to play out Academy first and play out Relic. I don't want to play Glimmer Void Relic because if Relic dies, then we're just screwed. So next turn we can go Glimmer Void into Talisman and have 2 artifacts up. Is this a third Murktide matchup? These leagues, man, I'm telling you. I mean, Relic's great against Channeler, but it just sucks playing against the same deck over and over again. But you guys will see that in my last league, on my last Rhinos, we played the Mirror twice and Hammer. Actually, do I want to? I'm gonna Inquisition here. And then we played Hammer 3 times. I was just like, come on. Oh, it's not. It is. I mean, we have the Relic, say. If we bottom the Relic, how bad would we have felt there? Geez. I guess we take Breach. Their hand is really good. They had like the combo pretty much. They just needed like a 0 drop, but they could easily mill it with Emery. So they have to go land Bauble, or they're gonna go Channeler, land Channeler with Stomping Ground, Bauble, Trigger, Emery, and then go from there. Sadly, we can't ending the Emery. We need one more land, and the play is pretty obvious. Like we call it exactly what they're gonna do, but it's fairly obvious. All right, they had the Amber. All right, they had one. They drew one for turn actually. Wow. They mill a Heat. They mill a land, and then this will go play Emery. Mill 4. I would love to draw a land that lets us exile Emery. Oh, Grape Shot also, and Oracle. Jeez. Now I kind of want to bridge because I don't think they're this. They just have Grinding Station in hand now. All right, there's that. Okay, so we don't have to tap out. We can go blue, ending on Emery, and then we'll just hold up Relic of Progenitus. We don't have to play Pixis out. We're going to be dead really soon. We might actually, man, we're probably honestly just, are we supposed to just crack this? We'll probably crack this on attacks or something because I really don't want to take 6, go down to 8. I mean, this is both of their win cons, and they pitched the Galvanic Blast too. That's a brave play. I think I'm just going to pop this now. I really don't want to take the damage. And that's all their win cons. I'm pretty sure it's just a 1 of Grape Shot and a 1 of Thassa's. Grinding Station. So they know they're going to mill some stuff. They milled Urza Saga. Wow. So we don't know. They have 1 card in hand we don't know about. They're going to bubble us. And we have Academy, so we can get back stuff if we need to. Saga, sure. Pixis. Play Shredder. So we desperately need a bridge. Desperately. Blah, blah, blah. And we can start milling ourselves to hit a bridge. So that's... We kind of get 2 looks at a bridge each. They're gonna sack. Oh, I'm glad they got rid of this Ragavan. Ragavan would be. Oh no. All right, yeah, we're definitely pressed here. We're on a 2-turn clock actually. Holy shit. So we have 3 looks. That was 1 look. This is a Ren and 6. Okay, that doesn't matter. So this is the green version, obviously because we saw Grape Shot. I guess. I don't think they're gonna ping us, right? No. They're just gonna get Saga. Okay, play Saga. All right, so we have to mill over. Well, all right, is that? We just drew air. Leyline Sanctity. No, we can't play that. We're definitely gonna play Surgical, Welding Jar, Pithing Needle, Stone Brain, Dolthy, Push. All these are like fantastic. Man, I can't believe we literally exiled their win cons, but they just beat us down. That's why this deck is so good because they have so many angles of attack. But if we were able to land a bridge, we would have been fine. All right, they're definitely gonna be bringing in probably like EE and other things. So we definitely want needles. Let's see, if we want to bring in all of this, how insane is this? Out Cookbook. Haywire Might is good for their artifacts. I don't think we need Talisman. I'm not going to bring in all 3 just because they are a combo deck, but they just have, again, so many ways of attacking. Dolthy can get Unholy Heated, but can bide some time. Push gets rid of some early threats. Welding Jar protects against targeted removal. The needles, I like the name Boseiju, Otawara, Grinding Station. Man, ending's so good too. All these, like everything is just fantastic. Maybe not Dolthy because it just dies to heat and everything else. Try 2 needles, I guess. I don't know. Maybe it's like if we're playing 3 needles, when are we bringing in all 3 needles, to be honest? All right, we're going to keep this. It's a 1-lander again, but we do have Stirrings to get our 2nd land. And then we can play out an artifact and then ending if they play Ragavan. All right, so Blooming Marsh, Stirrings, Concealed Courtyard, perfect. Perfect. And then we'll pass. They just play out a drum. Okay. Another land. We'll take that. Let's Inquisition here. Jeez. Okay. They are stuck on 1 land. Their starting hands have been insane. Like really, really good. Like this hand is nuts if they draw lands. So we could take Ren, so that way they can't, if they draw a fetch, they can't get all their lands back, but we can just ending Ren, so we don't care. We can take Breach. Thassa's Oracle is in hand. Emery, Spell Pierce, ugh, their hand's so good. I think I'm gonna take Breach here, assuming that they maybe just play Ren, Haywire Might, or Bridge. It's gonna feel really bad putting Bridge to the bottom, 2 bridges to the bottom. I feel like I have to take a bridge here. Because if we put 2 bridges to the bottom, we have to find like 2 more in 50 cards if it comes down to that. Okay, they did draw the land. They don't have a green source. They can play Emery though. They milled Boseiju and another Breach. No artifacts, so that's good. They do have Spell Pierce open, which is annoying, but we can play out Lantern. They can't Spell Pierce that. Grape Shot. I'm going to play this out and make them Spell Pierce this, because there's no way we're getting 5 mana when we need Bridge out, so that's fine. And they're forced to do that because if they let that resolve, we just Pixis their Grape Shot and their like SOL. So they can play Ren. Oh shit. Okay, they can play Ren and get back Boseiju. Oy, that's annoying. Are they gonna get it? Hopefully they just get a land and play it. Okay, good. They're just getting a land and playing it. That's good. I'm surprised actually because they're drawing a land. Oh, they're just gonna play out Grinding Station. Okay, so their land is Oracle and something. Okay, that was like best case scenario. If they got Boseiju, maybe they're like too far behind for that. Glimmer Void. Maybe they think they can get it like now, but we're gonna definitely ending this. And then we have to draw either Saga or Shredder, just some action right now. But they can fetch this land away. All right, they're just gonna, are they gonna attack? No, they didn't attack. All right, we'll draw, oh, there's a Shredder. That's really good actually. So I'll play out Bridge, play around a potential Pierce, play out Lantern. I feel like if I was them, I would Grinding Station their Springleaf Drum away. I guess they don't. Another Grinding Station. That we do not care about. And we are going to draw a Shredder and we'll have Lantern Shuffle, so that's good. All right, now they're going to do it. Saga, Blasts. All right, they do get the Bauble. Oh wait, could they not attack because we had Bridge out? I'm stupid. I was like, why aren't they attacking? Springleaf Drum. Okay, so they can play, sack, cast, all that stuff. We need to do something. We need to get rid of this Emery. We need like a push or an ending. Because they're just gonna keep doing that until they get something. Oh, they targeted us. Interesting. All right, well, we'll get a Saga and just needle Emery. We're totally fine with that. So they targeted us because they want to get rid of Shredder. It's almost tempting to I mean, we could also needle Grinding Station, but then Emery, get that back. I guess they just want the card advantage again. That was, all right, they're just gonna hold it, sure. Ensnaring Bridge. Probably crack this to get rid of Channeler, unless they want to draw Channeler to fill their graveyard more. This can also get Relic. All right, they're gonna crack their Misty to get rid of Ragavan here. Breach. That is a good one. Did we let that go? Did I click through that? I think I clicked through that. Shit. No, I clicked through it. Yeah, I didn't. I think I clicked through that. I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, I didn't mean to. I clicked through that. We obviously could have targeted them with Lantern to make them shuffle. All right, so that was Lantern control. Obviously, a lot of mistakes. We clicked through some things. We misnamed some things with Pithing Needle. Could have played a little tighter. Aside from that, I really felt pretty much behind in every match. Other than the one Murktide match where I think it was like the player's first time playing or something like that. And we didn't even have like a really good game. We just played fine and they just didn't really do anything, or they didn't really know what they were doing. So when we weren't messing up, I always kind of felt behind in every matchup. So that's never a good thing to feel when you're playing a deck. So how did we feel not playing Bauble? I didn't really miss Bauble. Like, you kind of had to take a turn off if you wanted to play your Inquisitions or Stirrings on turn 1, but it was like pretty much fine because we could just kind of put other things in the board. So it wasn't too big of a loss. For the flex spots, we didn't really get to use Haywire Might, and then Cookbook was medium, Relic was pretty good. Stonebrain, we got the Stonebrain once, and it was pretty good. I still do like the Spellskites. I think they provide good protection, and they make your opponent like have to answer them before you do anything else. For the sideboard, we brought in the Ley Lines against 4-color Archon, and Teferi just bounced it, did nothing. Ley Line's really good against Archon. It's good against Goblins, good against Burn. We didn't see Burn, but pretty good in those matchups. I'd bring them in. It's just tough, like, for Goblins, we just have so much to bring in. I feel like Goblins is a really hard match because they just have such a wide spread of artifact removal. So the reason we didn't bring it in was because it only targets with the Sling Gang. So if we can answer that with Stonebrain or just removal or something else, then it's not worth it to bring in the Ley Lines because they don't help with the combo either. As for everything else, I think it's fine. As you saw, like in the matches, we just wanted to bring like everything in. The Welding Jars for protection. We had to needle so many things. Boseiju, Otawara, EE, just combo pieces, just so many things. It's a nightmare. So that's like one flaw with the deck is there's just so many things that can break up the combo, and we can only needle so many things. So overall, it's a fun deck. It's a fun prison deck. Is it the greatest? No. Is it well positioned? Not really. Can it steal games? Yes. We could have stolen more games maybe if we played a little tighter, but I thought we played well enough to where we played to our outs. We didn't draw what we needed. Opponent drew pretty well, and the game just ended that way. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more Lantern, feel free to comment below. I'm always down to play it, even though it's hit or miss, you know. If there's any versions that you'd like to see, or just talk to me about changing up some flex spots or anything in the sideboard, I'm totally down. If you're enjoying the content, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next time. Peace.